Okay.
Ooh, Spanglers Circus Peanut.
We have
Comes out
circus
early.
peanuts. All right, here we go. Starting a show in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us again under the library. Holy shit, what the hell was that?
I'm sorry.
we are off
had
to
a
an
heart
amazing
attack.
start. First of all, are you okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
Little congested.
Okay, excellent. So thanks for joining us under the library. This is the show where we play Call of Cthulhu, record it, post it for your entertainment. If you happen to enjoy the ridiculousness that we do and would like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/underthelibrary. For the last few weeks, we have been away from our main campaign due to some player absences, but we are once again getting back to Bloodstone tonight. My name's Arthur. I'm playing Harold. I'm joined by a full cast. Chris is playing Beau. Rick is Philip. Emily is Florence. Scott's Yocker. Wayne is Oaktree. And as always, our keeper is Michael. Michael, I'm going to pass it over to you now. Good luck.
Okay, and I'm sure I'll blow it here. Thank you for joining us. Bloodstone takes place in Call of Cthulhu, which is an RPG role-playing game.
You're doing great. You got it.
Yeah. Themes of horror, cannibalism, bloodshed. Anything else that we should warn people about?
Bear traps.
Yeah, pretty much anything horrible you can think of, we're probably going to get into it.
Okay, so they're mature themes played by very immature people, but we hope you join us anyway. That said, we are going to go to our recap by Emily.
Okay. I'll let this one be a little bit detailed since we've all been away for a few weeks and probably forgot what the hell we did last time.
That might be
Absolutely.
helpful.
Yeah.
So we began having discovered some bear traps, and Yocker had jumped down from the wagon to one-armedly try to calm an injured horse in a field of bear traps. So as we begin, he tries to soothe. We learned the horses' names, Winnie and Nay. He tried to soothe Winnie. She kicked him in the face, and he fell in a bear trap. Amputated arm, shoulder first. There was a sickening crack, and he loses consciousness while taking a pill before losing consciousness. Oaktree shoots Winnie to put her out of her misery, but some of the pellets also hit Nay. And from within the wagon, Beau thinks he's hallucinating all of these screams and cracks and horrible sounds. Harold shoots his horse. Florence shoots the horse she was riding, which belonged to Beau. Philip shot his horse. There was just nothing to be done for them with their legs in bear traps. For a moment, there is calm. We're surrounded by carnage, and that's when we see Yocker on the ground. And converging on him, Philip tries to help, asks for a harmonica. And
God, I forgot about that.
That was so
Jesus
strange.
Christ. I actually named the show after that and had completely forgotten.
so Oaktree wedged the trap open with a wagon spoke, and Florence pulled Yocker out. Philip would have expected him to be bleeding more. As he starts diagnosing him, he pries at the wounds with a knife as if evaluating a corpse, shoves a harmonica in the wound, crazily insistent that he's helping, but Oaktree pulls him away. And Florence and Oaktree protect Yocker with their bodies. And
Did we establish that every time Yacker breathes, it makes harmonica?
Is Yocker
say
still
so.
breathing?
That's a good question.
Yacker's still breathing.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet.
So
I'm
having
really
established
uncomfortable that this is a product of our collective conscious. I just want to put that out there right now. But go ahead.
It's
I'm
mostly
sorry,
Rick's.
I can't hear you over my harmonica.
Okay.
That's so good.
Well, having established that Yocker is still breathing, Harold approaches holding a gun and wants to switch Yocker off for his own good.
Wait, who wanted to switch him off?
Harold.
Harold.
Oh,
And Oaktree has another idea. He and Florence convince Harold to wait, and they're going to give Yaker pills, though they save some for Beau, and see if the pills will help him before switching him off. Yaker had 3 pills remaining in the bottle. Oak Tree gave him 7, leaving 6 potentially for Beau. This is when Beau encounters a voice that he recognizes. He hears the voice of Jack Crabbe, forces himself to his feet, and shambles over as Harold lays down behind a horse to take aim, and Oak Tree moves to placate Beau. I was going to say converse, but it's more of a quick yelled discussion in exchange. And
She can't read her handwriting.
I can't
She's
read
just
my
trying to
handwriting.
cover. She's
I'm trying to
it,
cover.
but
Okay.
Oak Tree
Oak Tree-
punched him in the face.
Not yet. Oak Tree talked Jack Crabbe into helping them. And then as he approaches, Beau says that he killed his friend, and Oak Tree slugs him in the face. So Oak Tree reeled him in and then punched him out. Jumped on top of him. Crabbe's gun goes off and hits Oak Tree's leg. Beau leaps on the gun arm. Philip gets very excited, sprints and dives onto the pile and starts devouring him, popping his eye out before anything else. Oak Tree then pulls Philip off. Jack Crabbe flies up, reaches for his gun. Beau grabs the gun, can't stand. Philip is salivating as Oak Tree holds him back. Jack looks at Beau, recognizes him, names him. Beau asks for any last words, but shoots him before he can speak, a bullet through his empty eye socket. Beau feels a deep sense of closure, with a hint of doubt that maybe he should have heard those final words.
That was an amazing recap.
Yay.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect.
Oh, sorry.
There
I
were
was
so
supposed to
many
laugh.
things that I did not, like legit did not remember.
Yeah.
That's super helpful.
It's very important that we remember the harmonica, the
Yeah.
eyeball.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That all happened in one episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a very
Mhm.
full episode.
And I do remember the very, 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 very end where our keeper went, he might have had something to say.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris was like,
We'll never know.
By the way, I think Spangler's dropped us after that episode.
Speaking of
What?
Spanglers, I
Why?
gotta reach for my circus peanuts. They're right here. Excellent.
All right. Well, after that excellent recap, we know kind of where everybody is. And let's see.
Florence is with Yaker. Harold is behind a horse. Philip is being held by Oak Tree. And Beau is unable to stand, but has just shot Jack Crabbe.
Okay. So who wants to start?
Oak Tree, I'm with Philip, who seems to be at this point with Jack Crabbe shot through the head. Oak Tree will be more interested in going over to Mr. Beau, who seems like he could be at the end of his rope emotionally and physically with all this happening, and he steps away from Philip and goes over to Mr. Beau and with a smoking gun, I suppose, right in front of you, and whatever look might be on your face.
And little bits of flesh in his beard too. And
All
blood
time.
all over.
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot that part that
Yeah, you were gnawing
I
on
was
him.
trying to
pretty
kill
good.
Gnawing
him
on
with
his
my bare
wrist.
teeth.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about that.
Now, Mr. Beau's in a particularly bad way physically, and I said, Mr. Beau, let me lift you up back into the wagon. You're in a fix of hurt here, and I don't think you're going to be too good. If you let me do that, it'll be good.
Did I get him, Oak Tree?
You shot him right through his empty eye socket, and he couldn't even utter one of his last words, which I don't think he deserved to say.
Oh, I tell you, all these years I've been driven by vengeance.
No,
Now that vengeance has been had, I could finally sleep. And I go to sleep.
lift him up
Like the long sleep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's up to the keeper too.
That got heavy
Determined.
quick. What the fuck? Here I am looking up. I'm in the background looking up when circus peanuts were invented, and Chris is having this amazing death scene. The fuck?
So I lift up Mr. Beau, and I said, Mr. Beau, give him a little kiss on the forehead,
Oh.
and see if he needs any first aid, and I will try to administer some first aid to him. If I don't know, did he have any new wounds in this altercation?
No, it was just
All
no. I
I think
Alright,
he just
I just
his
yeah,
energy.
I was using pure adrenaline to make this happen.
Okay. So you didn't tear anything open, or you're not new bleeding. Okay. In that case, I'll just take you to the wagon and set you down back where you were, make you comfortable, and make sure I get a blanket over you so you don't get too chilled.
Who has the rest of the pills?
Probably Florence
Florence.
does.
Yeah, I think it's Florence.
Okay.
Yeah, because Oak Tree, I gave the pills to Yocker, and then we counted them out and held on to them. And I don't remember.
Yeah.
Might have handed. I'll just say we handed them to Florence.
You
Okay.
shoved quite a few down Yocker's throat.
Mhm.
Let's see. 6.
7
Woo!
down Yocker's throat, 6
Yeah,
remaining.
Yocker's feeling
We
pretty
did
good.
7. We saved 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember, but after that happened, I got some hit points back.
He did. Okay. It's Call of Cthulhu when it's like I don't even have to kill anybody anymore. You players are just like, and I go into my long sleep. And new character. I don't even want to roll for it anymore, Keeper. It's too hard. It's too hard in this life.
That's where the keeper goes. You get to roll for that, and it's like, I'm good.
Nah, I'm going to meet my maker.
Well, Florence
Oak
is.
Tree, I think Oak Tree was going to make a first aid roll against Beau's will.
I'm gonna. If I was gonna say he seemed to be stressed out, and just to settle him on down, I'd like to just make sure he's in the right way, even with the stress and everything. Maybe something cool on his head, but I just want to make sure he's all okay. So a nice little bit of first aid, looking over him, if that's okay. I'll give that a shot. And I do not get it with a 93.
God, he almost killed you. He
Oh my
almost
God.
decided to pillow you. Yeah. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, I'd been hemorrhaging hit points because I wasn't stabilized.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So
Okay.
I was, let's see, I was at 8. Now I'm down to 5.
Okay. All right. We'll let you live a few more minutes then. That
I will-
adrenaline.
I wasn't quite on my first aid game there. Sorry about that.
A little distracted. All right, Florence, what's going on?
I was just going to say, Yocker seems to be stable, perhaps unconscious, but.
Yeah, he opens his eyes and he starts talking to you.
Oh,
In a harmonica
well, then I guess
sound
I
or a
won't
voice?
go to see Beau and Oak Tree. I will stay with Yocker.
Oh, Florence, did I save my horses? Did I save Nay and Winnie? Did I save them, or are they gone?
That's a very good question.
Winnie's
One of the
alive.
horses is still alive. Yeah.
Winnie's alive.
No, Winnie's dead. Nay is alive.
What? Winnie was my favorite.
I'm
Nay's
sorry.
a piece of shit. Good
Why
for
couldn't it
nothing.
have been Nay?
Winnie was the love of my life. Nay's a bastard. I'm gonna put a bullet in his head just because he lived and she died.
Yocker, you know you don't want to do that.
I don't feel too good. I need one more of my pills.
Florence is you're kind of caring for him and talking to him. You notice that he's stopped bleeding.
Well, that is mighty odd.
Yeah, if I have another one of them pills, I'd probably get up and dance a jig.
Well, Yocker, we have 6 left. We gave you quite a few, and they seem to be working
They're doing some awful.
miraculously.
They're doing good for me. I feel good. Give me another one of them bear traps. I'll take it on. I'm telling you that.
Well, let's avoid the bear traps. I'll give you another pill, but I want to ask if you would mind also sharing some with Beau, because I don't know if you even remember, but he was injured as well, and we thought that maybe we could help him with your medicine.
Oh, sure. Beau's my buddy. I'll give him lots of pills.
Well, we have 6 left. You want one now?
Yeah. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we give him 4 of them? Because I don't think them 1 or 2 is doing much good. But if you give him lots of pills, I think that's what's making me feel so much better.
Okay. Well, I'll give that a try. Are you okay here for a minute, or do you want to
I actually feel really good, except for the fact that I'm missing an arm and I got hit by a bear trap. It's been a pretty good day.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Did we take the harmonica out of him?
No.
No,
it's
it's
still in there. And,
Let me know if you want me to continue that, because I know more than
Yaker, you feel good enough to start pushing yourself up.
All right. I'm standing up and I got my
Oh
shotgun
gosh. Well,
still.
let me just support you
Yeah, I got
under
my
the good
shotgun.
arm.
I got my shotgun. That's supporting me all I need.
Okay.
I appreciate it. You
Well,
go
come
help
over
Beau.
here to
I
the
don't
wagon.
I don't want to lose Beau.
We'll both go to the wagon. That's where Beau is.
All right, so maybe I have to get a little bit of support from you, but I'm gonna
Okay.
hobble on over.
Oak Tree, how's he doing?
Mr. Beau, so he settled on down to a bit of sleep here, and I was a little worried that might be his forever sleep, but he seems to be restful. I looked him over, but I couldn't find nothing wrong with him.
Well, believe it or not, Yaker here is on his feet and has
What's
agreed
up,
to share
Oak
some
Tree,
of
you
his
son
pills
of a
with
bitch?
Beau.
It's good to see you.
I just think that's my first notion when we gave him 7 of those pills when he.
That's the smartest thing you ever did in your life, you big ugly son of a bitch.
Well, okay. And
personality changes. I think there's those pills did something else.
let's take the rest of these 6 here pills, Miss Florence, and get him into Mr. Beau. Even though he's sleeping, I think we can get him on in him.
Well, just now hold on there, you Mr. Tolly Pants. I just seen me one of them there pills in case I need it. You can give him 5 of them, but I need myself at least 1 of them. I'm willing to give him a bunch though, but I'm not giving them all just in case I needs it.
That's up to Miss Florence. She's holding the pills.
Well, you suggested 4 before. Let's just give him 4 now, and then we'll have 2 in reserve if either of you needs another.
That's why you're the smart one and we're the dumb ones.
I wouldn't go that far, Yaker.
but I probably would.
Well, we should probably wait for Beau to wake up, otherwise he might choke.
What? Someone calling me?
Oh, perfect. Beau, let's get some of these pills in you. They're doing miraculous things for Yaker.
I say we wash him down with some of Mr. Phillips' Banshee Bitch whiskey, because that's the only way they're going to take real good effect.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, a lot. You could go blind if I didn't do this right. But yeah.
Okay. I swallow the pills. And...
Should we make an intelligence roll for that? See if you made blind Banshee.
Blind Banshee bitch. Methanol. Yeah. All right.
And then there's a
you
slight
want me to?
smile. There's a slight smile on my face, and then I go back to sleep.
Oh, did you give Beau some pills?
Mm-hmm.
4
Yep.
pills.
He took 4 of them.
4. All right. So you have 1 in reserve for Beau, and 1 in reserve for Yaker. Okay.
Yep.
Good to know.
Well, there's no use staying here. There's nothing here. Do we go back or do we go forward?
Well, this is a question of how do we move. Now, first off, we got to get out of this field of bear traps here, and we got Mr. Beau here and Mr. Yaker not doing so good, and Mr. Philip in his normal state of not doing so good, and Harold and you, and so if we can get moving forward, we don't have a horse left.
We have Nay.
We do have horses.
Yeah,
Unless
we have
Yocker
names.
shoots.
Wait, what about
Nay.
Jack Crabbe's horse?
You have Jack Crabbe's horse. You have Nay,
And
So
the
we do
one-
have to-
And then
let's
there was one tied behind the wagon.
and there was
that's
one
still
tied
alive.
behind the wagon. You have
Yeah.
3 horses.
Ah, all right. So now we have to be real careful. We got to move some horses around this here field of bear traps. And what we do is get big old sticks in front of us, make sure we can see them and move the horses around. I say we keep going forward. No sense in going backwards to where we were. And we have Mr. Beau here and Yocker in the wagon. We hook up a couple horses and we could put one of the weaker people up on a horse to ride it. And why don't we set that all up and get ourselves going? Because what time of day is it?
Oh, let's see. I think we're probably well into the afternoon at this point, right? Or was this the morning? I can't. It's been so
It was
damn
pretty.
Well, we
it was
took the
pretty-
train. We took the
Yeah,
train, then we got off the
yeah.
train early.
Yeah.
Doesn't the train leave at 9 o'clock?
long. Yeah, y'all hadn't spent a night on the trail yet? For some reason, I
No.
was thinking y'all had spent a night on the
I
trail.
thought we
I don't
did.
think- Oh, I didn't think we did. Oh, maybe we did. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Yeah, because remember.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
were saying don't light a fire, or no, that was
Yeah.
during. Was that it? No?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
okay. We camped on the prairie. We
Excellent.
lost hours
After digging.
taking
for the
care
fire.
of Beau's wound and the whole dig. Yeah.
That's right.
Today.
So
Where
it is
the hell
afternoon
would
then,
we
or
be
late
without
afternoon.
Emily?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Oh, no.
And
Welcome
and-
to
Bunch of-
geriatric college.
Bunch of
Cthulhu.
idiots.
and Jack Crabbe said that they had a place nearby. He had come from.
Yep, down that way to the right, I think.
Yeah, he said they had set up the traps to around their
For
place.
the local
so,
bear.
So
So
yeah, he must be close. That must be close by.
So
Now,
that's
he
my
mi-
question: is do we, Mr. Oaktree there? Do we want to maybe follow this fella's tracks back from whence he came? He may have some, like a place or some supplies
The other
that
thing,
could
he
be
might have
helpful.
some- he probably
He
have
may
some-
have friends.
He might have associates with him, but if that is the case, we will be on the lookout for him.
Yeah, and we'll be putting some bullets in their heads.
Yeah, would he have come by
Lots
him
and lots of
by
bullets.
himself? Would he have
Wow,
come by himself
Yocker.
if he had friends? That seems like a bad choice, doesn't it?
There's a good chance he might not have friends. So I say we reconnoiter over in that direction to that house because Mr. Beau's in a bad fix, and if we don't get him off the trail, there's a good chance we'll lose him. And Mr. Yocker there has become delusional in this last episode, and
What's an episode?
That's what happens when I get all extirpated in the head.
He seems to have an episode, and so let's put them in, hook up our horses in the trail here. And Miss Florence, you think that's a good idea? Because you have the best judgment of all of us, I think.
I'll try not to be
Well-
offended.
Harold, of course, he just wasn't thinking about you.
I'll try not to be
Uh,
offended by that either.
Wherever we go, we risk encountering unfriendly folks. So this is as good a plan as any. I mean, there will probably be fewer people wherever Jack Crabbe's been holding up than the camp.
Well, we know
Certainly.
there's one fewer, and maybe we can find something we need. So, but first thing, I'm gonna head on over to Jack Crabbe here. I tell these folks that, and I'm gonna pull off his weapons and anything we need from his body. I'm gonna take a look through his saddlebags and see what he has that could help us. Yes, he hits this here Jack Crabbe, and
Make a spot hidden.
And I'm not rolling very well tonight. Out of 71, I do not spot anything hidden.
Okay.
So we take his horse and Mr. Beau and Mr. Yocker up there. I don't ride a horse, so I said, Mr. Harold, would you like to ride this horse?
Well, let's see what kind of shape Nea's in. I mean, she did get some shrapnel, so it might be that we use the other 2 horses and just bring her
Absolutely.
along. She might need some first aid. I don't know, Oaktree, if your skills
Go
also
into-
include animals.
into the equestrian realm. I'll give it a shot. Why not? I grew up on a farm. Of course I did. I was gonna say that would be something I would do. I'll give it a go.
Okay, roll to kill Nay.
Oh,
82. We're rolling.
oh
hot.
God. Oak Tree, you may not roll anymore.
So Oak Tree comes back from examining Nay with there's blood all over his palm, and he's, I guess, apparently disoriented from the fight, and he just says, I assume that there's some sort of pellets in her, but I just can't seem to find the entry wound.
She's fine.
Okay.
There's not a problem. Everything's gonna be okay. Everybody just take your pills and keep walking.
Oh, we give one pill to the horse.
Oh no, we don't.
Come on.
Do we?
Yeah.
No, them's people pills.
Oh, come on, let's do it.
Well, what if we lose Yacker or Beau?
Horse is more valuable.
Oh.
We can't give up our pills. I love these horses.
That doesn't
but-
sound like an Oak Tree sort of sentiment.
I'm fine with that. I'm just. It's like we should move on now that we're all horsed up and we got Winnie looked over just fine and there's no wounds on her.
Well, Winnie's pretty dead.
Winnie's dead.
Hey,
Wait,
you guys,
is Winnie still alive? Where's
you guys,
Winnie?
She's just fine. She's all horsed up and pulling the wagon.
What was that there, Philip?
A
you think
pill.
we could put the pill in Winnie's mouth and see if it brings her back?
Oh, I was going to suggest something better. I'm
Yep,
sleeping.
go right ahead.
Phil, I think you should skin Winnie, put Winnie's skin over Nay, and convince Yacker that Winnie's still alive.
Oh, dear Jesus.
I mean,
Maybe I've been spending too much time with you, Phil.
let me just ask.
Better.
Wait, did Beau say that?
No.
Or even better, we take
Bo
the
is,
skin.
Bo is dreaming that.
This
I don't
is
know
a
how
dream
you.
that Bo
What the hell
has.
you all doing in my dreams? Get out!
No.
No, even better, Bo. We take the skin of the horse, and Oak Tree and Harold go in it, and they do the pantomime horse.
We've got an extra horse.
And then Florence could wear the skin of Jack Crabbe, and they could do some immersion therapy to help Beau get over his assault.
Jesus.
No, or use his skin to sneak into the cabin.
Oh, do you say that? Because
Dear Jesus.
I'm ready to go.
Just for the record, I know you can't see on the podcast, but Florence is shaking her head incredibly disappointedly.
Yes, and Rick has brought out the scissors.
It's made
Oh,
this
no.
Michael,
long to be disappointed.
I hope you're taking notes for the pre-show disclaimer, because you're just going to have to keep adding just horrible shit that we come up with.
I don't
Oh,
even know what the names for these
Well,
things
considering
are.
I can't get through the pre-show monologue, I
Oh
mean,
my
I
God.
believe it's called a necropantomime horse.
Sure.
Listen, either
That'll
way,
do.
we
Why
may have
do
lost
you know that?
Spanglers. we may have lost Spanglers, but we're going to be picking up Elmer's as our sponsor going forward.
Great.
Oh,
So speaking of Spanglers, it turns out Spanglers has been making circus peanuts since the 1930s, and that circus peanuts have been around since the 1800s. So they could actually be Bloodstone canon.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
wow.
I'm just saying it's a pretty good idea.
It
In
seems
fact,
like
I think
something
those
Philip
pills-
would pack is
I think
Circus
those pills
peanuts.
that I'm taking are in
Are
the form of
circus
circus peanuts.
Yacker, I can tell you that they definitely are not placebos.
No, I didn't say placebos. I just said that they put
You
them in
said
circus peanuts
peanuts.
to make them easier to swallow.
Circus
Oh.
peanuts are pretty magical.
That's amazing. I wonder, were they, well, I guess there's no way to know. Were they orange back then? In the
That's
1800s?
what I'm understanding. But
Wow.
I it's hard to read while playing. But
It's so weird thinking of Victorian kids, in their short pants eating circus
Popping
peanuts.
little yellow puffballs.
And the
Yeah.
funniest thing
Wow.
is, like, even back in the 1800s, there was always a lot of people that were like, God, these are the worst fucking candy.
And then other people going, oh man, these are amazing.
Oh.
All right.
And
Sorry
back
for the
then,
digression.
who knows what the special ingredient was?
Right.
Yeah.
It was
They put in
probably
Circus
cocaine.
peanuts. Yep.
God, you could get cocaine in everything, man.
Well, Florence is starting to feel pretty worried about us, so she's gonna move.
All right.
Do we have the horses hooked up?
Yeah, let's get
And
making her right.
Oak Tree will grab rifle and head out in front of the group and walking because he doesn't ride a horse, and we aren't. We're at walking pace. Just
Oak Tree, you want to give me a survival roll to see if you end up in a bear
Come
trap?
on, Oak Tree.
So Oak Tree, you might want to stick close to the tracks that he came in on, because I think he knows where the bear traps are.
absolutely.
Oh, plus, so Oak Tree, you were saying you were taking like a stick and hitting in front of you.
Yeah,
right?
got a big old stick in front of me, so I'm doing that. Oh, I might survive.
If I can find a stick, I'll do the same thing because I think Florence is probably also afoot, being relatively
Yeah,
uninjured.
there's
I think we probably all should be afoot.
spokes.
Except for
Well, except for the sickies.
yeah.
But I was going to say, we still have the wagon, right? We have the horses
Yeah.
still in the wagon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if we're going nice and slow, then I'm assuming Keeper, I'm healthy enough at least to drive the wagon.
You feel amazing.
Woo!
You feel better than you felt in years, actually. How old is spry young Yaker?
Oh, he's young. He's 28.
Oh, that's pretty fucking
well,
old.
yeah,
in
back then,
1892.
you feel like you're 18.
Mm.
You feel like you're middle aged again.
All right, how'd you do on that survival roll, Oak Tree?
Not even close. 77.
Oh,
Okay, but
Oak
you
Tree.
didn't blow it.
No 90s.
Okay.
I'm rolling better and better. I get about 10 down every time.
All right. And actually, does anybody have tracking or something like that?
Beau did, but
I was the tracker.
I mean, I have pretty good tracking.
I have track. I'm pretty good at it, actually. I'm a mountain man. I'm a mountain man. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
track. I can
yeah.
track the ground.
Yeah,
Please.
ding dong.
Everything Philip rolls on requires a successful sanity roll to see if it actually went through.
Shit. All right. It's a 61. I have a 60. So I'm going to burn a point of luck and
yeah.
make it happen.
Thanks, Philip.
You're
All
welcome, everyone.
So what you're able to, as you kind of take stock of the situation and realize where y'all veered off the path, and I mean, you pretty much were arriving kind of at a the terrain was starting to get a lot of rockier, and in the distance you could start to see it raise. You see the trail that the man y'all killed came down, and that it leads up into those kind of higher plateaus, and looks probably like somewhere between a mile to 2 miles off from those higher plateaus.
Now you said the man we killed. You didn't say Jack Crabbe.
I damn sure didn't.
I'll kill all the Jack
Uh-huh.
Crabes you throw at me. Throw me another one.
Michael, can I do a little retcon? Because I just thought of something that Harold would want to do before taking off.
Retcon?
Retcon?
Retcon.
Retcon?
Reconnaissance.
No, retcon, like in a
Retcon.
comic book. Retroactive.
Yeah.
What's the other
I
one?
thought-
Yeah,
I
don't
forget
know,
what the
just-
con is.
I thought it
forgot
was
too.
reticulated conifer.
No, continuity. Retroactive
Sure.
continuity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll it back a little bit and pretend I did something.
I
because
got it now.
because I didn't think
I
to.
had never heard that.
Oh,
We're all
really?
about
Really?
continuity here. Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
So if you're okay with it, Harold would want to grab one of the spent bear traps and put it in the wagon.
Oh yeah, that's no big deal.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
got that.
Good
Okay.
idea.
Sure.
Make sure it just doesn't snap onto Beau's leg.
As the cart's moving, it's shifting closer and closer to him.
I was gonna say you look inside and you see Yonkers like leaning in, like opening and closing.
Trying to look in at it. What's that over there?
Keeper, I stick my head in the bear trap. Does that do it? Does that do it?
Wedge it
All
open
right.
with your skull.
So at this point, are we entirely off of the original path that we were following?
You, yeah, to some degree, yes, you're veering off of it significantly.
Like,
Almost,
to the extent that we don't know where it is anymore because we already veered. Because, we got off the path because we didn't have our tracker Beau.
right.
This is almost like us and the main storyline of this campaign.
Mhm, mhm.
Believe it or
Just
not, you're
wandered
close-
off so far, we can't find our way back.
And the funny thing is, you're closer to the main storyline than you've ever been in the whole campaign.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
believe
my
it or not.
God.
I know, isn't that crazy? Okay. All right. So, yes, it's not that y'all were totally lost. It's just you weren't paying attention, right? You just kind of got a little absent-minded. And with everything that happened to Beau, you got into a lull and you just got away from the trail. Not necessarily
Okay.
that you got lost. So what happens is you're headed back the other way. You end up crossing over the trail and picking up with it. And it seems that the way this guy was coming met up with your original trail. As in, had you stayed on the original trail, this would be the direction that you would be going.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah. Emily was asking because Florence would be interested in still knowing where whether we were totally abandoning our trajectory to the campsite because that's a priority for her.
Sure. No. And y'all
Okay.
I mean, y'all all live in this time. I don't think you're completely, heads in a paper sack with directions.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
So does Doppelganger, Jack Crabbe, does his trail lead on the main trail once it comes back to it, or does it just cross it and continue across it? Like
It
off the
becomes
trail?
it was part of the main trail.
Okay. So just so that I have it straight in my head, we follow his trail back to the main trail, and then if we follow his trail, that is the same as the main trail going the direction that we
Correct.
want to go. Okay. Cool.
How
Cool.
fortuitous.
Yeah. You actually weren't terribly far off at all, right? He was able to see you from the main trail. He spotted you. And y'all probably made some noise too, I'm guessing.
Who, us?
Screaming.
Yep. Silent horses, the silent people.
Yeah.
Snap.
I'm sure Winnie it was Winnie's fault.
Oh,
Fuck Winnie.
Stupid Winnie.
No, Winnie's the good one.
Is
No,
Winnie
he
a
had to
good
die
one?
on me.
Wow.
I can't get him
Jeez,
straight.
Yacker, you become so harsh.
Okay,
Those
so
pills are really.
So I just want to make sure while we're retconning this, you're leaving Jack Crabbe Doppelganger body behind. You're leaving dead horse behind. Philip, you're not taking the guy's arm or pinky or anything for a snack.
Who knows what Philip's doing? Well,
I mean, no.
He's like, I didn't know that was an option.
He did
I
make
mean,
a
I guess-
commitment to the group.
I did.
And you had an eyeball. That's at least.
And
gotta
then you
last
ate his
you.
eyeball.
oh yeah.
And
that
just for
sweet,
the
sweet
record-
eyeball.
That was a moment of passion. It meant
Yeah,
nothing.
in the heat of battle, sometimes eyeballs
The
get
words out of my mouth. I follow Hammurabi's code. It's eye for an eye.
Oh. We're just going to say since Florence was with Yacker, she did not explicitly see that. Because if she did, there would be so many problems.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
Although I gotta say, unless he cleaned up really well, you would have noticed the trickle of blood.
And actually, in the tussle, because I shot him through the empty eye socket, looking him over.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
don't think anyone would know that Philip took the eye out because it was me, Oak Tree, and Philip just in a big.
I mean, when he
No.
bit it, there might have been like a little squirt come out of his mouth, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't
There
have
was.
seen that.
I mean, there
There's
was
little-
the whole
there's-
there was the whole lamprey thing.
It
Oh,
would have been
that's-
very humorous.
Hey, Yacker, while we're talking about this, can you make a constitution roll for me?
We talked ourselves into a Constitution roll.
I will say, Michael, if there was like a piece of the skull with like a little bit of brain, sort of like a little serving dish, I probably would have taken that if I should have seen that on the ground. Like in a moose boosh, but a moose brain. You know what I mean? Just a little,
Make a sleight of hand roll on your smoosh spoosh.
All right, so I got a 13 out of what?
I don't know what your constitution is.
7. I got a hard super duper success.
Oh, okay. You feel amazing then. You just keep on riding that wagon.
Uh-oh.
Right, he's riding the dragon. Is that what you said?
Yeah, the dragon.
Okay.
Phil doesn't look like he made his sleight of hand roll. Can you make your can you make your fast talk roll? I was just cleaning up. Just clean it up.
Hey, just clean it up, yeah. Fix it up. I got a little brain spooch on the ground. You don't want to go to the ground. The brain's around. You can have a hand.
How bad did you roll there?
93.
Whoa.
Oh, 93. Oh, okay. Then you got suspicious. You thought maybe that Florence was going to see you, and you dropped the skull and left the brain behind. How's that?
Drop the skull, leave the cannoli. Or one of the
yeah. we're about 3 points away from there just being massive drama in the group.
We make no progress again. Here we go.
Never getting off the trail again.
Okay.
All right. So are we done with our? But you've got a bear trap. You have no brain skull, and we're on the trail.
So
we're
Michael,
on the trail.
Use it 3 times and it's yours. You've already used it once. Vocab
What
word.
did I do?
Vocab word. Use it 3 times and it's yours. You just learned retcon. You've used it once.
Oh, yeah, locking it in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't remember that from taking SATs? Like that was the whole
Yeah.
SAT thing. If you have an SAT word, use it 3 times and it's yours. It's like one of the only things I remember from high school.
No comment.
Apparently, Michael doesn't even remember that.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah.
The longest word in the English language, right?
Yeah, if you say so.
I love that word.
Oh, that's why I know that word.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I'm just
Not a
trying to
word.
remember how to say
That's the
malevolent.
longest word in Mary Poppins' vocabulary.
Right.
Okay. So you malevolent bitches are on the trail.
You said it. You said it right.
All right.
You said it right. Nailed it.
I'm gonna own that word.
Malevolent, the Malevolent Trail. We are heading on that one. Looking for a building that this pseudo Jack Crabbe may have come from.
Okay. So let's see, right, the sets in the west. So the sun is off to the west for you, right? And you're starting to get some nice oranges in the sky. You're about, another mile, but the hills and like kind of those plateaued little elevations are starting to really come into view. And you can see that they're significant, right? That probably, let's just roll for it. Woo! Like about probably like 120 to 150 feet up. And you think that you can probably make the base of there by sundown.
Okay. We'll do. I said that's the way we'll head, but also at the same time looking for a building that this here the dead fellow might have come from.
Give me a spot something.
Phil is the tracker now,
Oh, okay.
so he should be out front.
Yeah, happy to track.
Well, I got it anyway.
Cool. So did I. Just doing
Hey.
the track. You did a good job.
You
Y'all
had to
have
double
it-
check. I don't trust you, Oak Tree. Okay, it's cool.
Do you have any sort of optical aids in this process? Or are you just kind of looking with the naked eyes?
I don't have anything in that nature. How about you, Mr.
Okay,
Philip?
Philip, are you looking with your naked eye? Oh no, he's got one in his hand.
I was gonna say.
See the
Oh,
future.
God.
He's got an
Harold,
extra eye.
Wow.
Harold always carries a microscope with him.
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
like the Old West Fates. It's just me though, with an eyeball.
Florence sells binoculars. What are the chances she would have a pair with her?
Somebody I thought did have a pair of binoculars. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't find the list where I wrote down what I took, but
Somebody did.
This is one of those damn things where I was like, everybody tell me. All right, roll for luck, Florence.
yeah, okay. Or I can find the list because it's in my book somewhere.
Nah, just roll for luck.
Well, I definitely have binoculars. I rolled a 13 out of 65.
Yeah, I also learned when I was reading the rules this week that there's no halves or derivatives for luck. So you're either lucky or you're not.
That's fake it or not, right?
Yeah. All right.
But I'm
so-
really regular lucky.
Well, Florence, you've got a pair of binoculars that we'll say you hand off to Philip. Philip, you scan the area. There's nothing kind of to either side of you. It does seem like that there might be some dugouts in the plateaus up ahead, and possibly like, maybe a cave or somewhere to hang out in.
Ooh, the hills have eyes.
Yeah, the hills have dugouts. We gotta go find some some of the dugouts over there.
It would be nice to have some shelter.
Give me shelter.
Yeah, there could also be
Yeah.
people in there already.
Oh, also Bone Tomahawk, even worse.
Oh man, that movie was great.
Woo.
Let's see if you get a thunderstorm rolling in. Okay, you're okay.
All right,
I look up to the side. Yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah. It looks like we got clear weather all on till morning here. It's gonna be Peter Pan, and we can find our way
Easy there,
over
forecaster.
to these to these dugouts if you want. A little coverage. There might be a little cave there. Don't know if there's any bears, bear traps, cave. That makes sense. Good thing we got at least one, and good thing we got some.
So when you say that there might be bears in there, I'm gonna jump down and go walking in with my shotgun, and I'm gonna start calling out, "Where's them bears?"
Where are you walking?
You're not there
I
yet.
thought you said there was a cave.
No, they're looking
It's
through
far
binoculars.
away.
Oh.
That
Yaku's
would
getting
be a
excited.
really ambitious walk, Yaker, because we're in the middle of nowhere, and you're just
Yaker, can we have a sanity roll for that action? We just need to explain it. Yaker, by the way, as you are riding along and feeling so good, you reach up in your chest where that bear trap was implanted, and you feel the bones kind of wiggle under the skin. They're not really in place, but the skin's all healed. There's no indentations or anything, but you feel some like pieces of rib kind of hanging out in there. And then you reach over to the other side because your harmonica, it's quit playing.
did
And
it really stop? Because I'm really bummed.
And the
Okay.
harmonica is all sealed over. You can feel the top of it under your skin.
Ooh.
Oh, muffled harmonica.
But you feel great.
This is pretty interesting. So the bones that are there, like, is it something that I can pick out of the skin, or are they just more like floating under the skin?
No, they're not above the skin. The skin's all sealed over. Like if you look, it's just fresh healed skin, but you can feel the pieces of the rib that probably got snapped in the process of hitting with the bear trap floating under the skin.
For the viewers who don't understand that this is not normal, I just want to put that out there.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for that
Thanks.
clarification.
Thanks.
Good to know. People aren't
Wonderful.
actually supposed to be bags of bones.
Speaking of our
Harold's
injured members'
sitting
health,
there going, I really wish I had turned this guy off a long time ago.
how's Beau doing?
Beau's doing okay. He's certainly feeling no worse.
That's good. Haven't had to make any constitution rolls, so that's good.
I just want to point out while we're walking along here and not much going on, that bears generally don't reside in open desert. And it is a little odd that someone would think, well, I'm going to catch a bear with a whole crap ton of traps in the middle of a desert.
Oh, it's grassland.
I thought it was
It's
desert.
prairie. No, it's prairie.
Still.
Right?
Okay, still
Prairie, yeah,
bears generally
Little bear on the prairie.
aren't in southwest, just
Okay,
prairie
yes.
land. It's kind of
Bear
odd.
on
They
the
tend to be
prairie.
more foresty creatures.
But-
I'm not sure I believe that them bear traps were actually put there to catch actual bears.
Harold,
No,
do you
I
think
think
they were there
to
to ward
catch
off
yakkers.
humans?
Yeah, I mean, they did a pretty good job of catching yakkers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I'm not a big fan of them bear traps no more.
I bet.
And with that recognition, make a spot hidden at advantage, Harold.
Well, let's see if I can not fuck up a spot hidden when I have advantage. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really good. So that would be a hard success.
Okay. And so you call everybody to a stop as you're kind of thinking about this. You're thinking about these bear traps oddly located in the prairie, and that the keeper wasn't just kind of out of his mind putting bears on the prairie. And you look down and you realize that you call over Phil and you say, "Am I right? But does the trail split right there?" And Phil confirms that indeed the trail does split, not significantly, but enough that it would put you off the main trail like 50 feet or so.
Interesting. Do we want to examine that?
Yes.
Seems important. All right. Want to send a small party down, like me and Oak Tree go walk over?
All right, so it splits off to the left, or you could stay on the main trail and go straight.
I guess I was just talking to Phil. Me and Phil
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of the tracker. I don't know if you recognize that.
I thought there were two trackers.
It would be a little bit rude from you be standing here and you go, I tell you about this path, and you go, hey, Oak Tree, why don't you come with me down this path? I mean,
Well, I actually did. I'm the one who saw the trail, so I guess in this instance, Harold's the tracker.
I'm kind of a big tracker in these parts, you know.
That's
Right,
really
I
big
mean,
in the Niagara Falls area
Yeah.
for my tracking
Niagara
skills.
Falls. Slowly still turn.
But Beau, as you're laying in the back of the wagon, you're starting to like your eyes are opening, and I wouldn't say you're ready to hop out of the back of the wagon, but you're getting a little more feeling in your limbs, and you feel like when you breathe that you're starting to feel pretty good.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Okay. Harold, Philip, where are y'all going? Are y'all going straight, or are y'all going to the left?
I think we're going to check out the off trail
Side path.
trail. Just sort of, not.
So should we wait for you, or
Yeah,
should we continue?
I'm thinking maybe not bring the whole party down here, but maybe Philip and I just do a little quick scout and see what we find.
We can
Yeah.
wait at the fork.
Yeah.
You go down, and it seems to go about 25 feet, and then it seems to turn and start to run parallel to the main trail again.
And as we're searching this path, I mean, does it look like it's been trafficked much compared to the main path? Is there anything unusual on the path?
Yeah, it actually looks to be quite heavily trafficked.
Oh, fascinating. Fascinating. So maybe the real path is a red herring.
The shortcut around the bear traps.
Yes, yes. Oak Tree, I say, across the entire distance.
Of 25 feet.
Of 25 feet.
Oh.
Hey, wait, why don't we go this way? What do you think, folks?
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
So I'll turn the carriage down or wagon down and start going down that trail.
All right.
But
And
have
so-
we actually found any bear traps on the trail at all? Or did we only find them when we got off of the trail?
It was off the trail. Of course, we got off the trail and then found bear traps. We don't know that there weren't bear traps across the trail, but I mean, I think it's probably safe to presume that there weren't, but you never know.
So what makes one trail better than the other?
If it's trafficked more.
My suspicion is that they're trying to keep people from leaving, is my guess, as a player. And I guess Harold would probably think the same thing. So this, I'm kind of suspecting that maybe like Wayne said, that the main trail is a sort of a red herring.
Well, let's give it a try.
All right, so in the setting sunlight, y'all turn and go down this trail that runs parallel, and it goes probably for like 150 feet, just parallel to the main trail you were on. And then after about 150 feet, it starts to curve back right towards the main trail.
All right.
When we get back to the main trail, I want to take like a piece of the busted wagon wheel that I assume we didn't leave there, if just some sort of stick or some whatever, and just toss it onto the trail in the spot
Before
where
you get,
like behind me, where on the trail that we didn't take.
all right, make a
Just,
luck
like,
roll.
Toss a few rocks and sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
See if anything happens.
Make a luck roll.
Success.
Yeah, and so you give it a good. It's hard to imagine Harold throwing a wagon wheel. I got to be honest.
Well, not a whole wagon wheel,
it's
just some sticks.
We busted it up.
Oh,
remember?
okay.
Yeah.
So Harold gives it his best fling, and it goes about 20, 30 feet, and then right out of it lands with a thud, and it almost feels like a delay for a second, and then there's a huge thud, like whap, as one comes up out of the dirt and smacks closed.
Fuckers. Okay. That's good information.
Yeah, and it leaves you probably within a half mile of what y'all kind of binoculared in on.
Okay. So are we going to try and make it before camp, or are we going to camp before it gets dark? Do we think we can make it there before it gets dark?
Yeah, you could make it there before it gets dark.
Okay, definitely let's do that.
Okay. Cool.
All
Off
right.
we go. And I think, folks, let's pay real close attention in case there happens to be another one of them little side traily deals. We don't want to miss it.
All right, so make a spot hidden for that, because it is getting dark.
And you might want to keep using your sticks up there, checking for traps, even on the trail.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking. I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm looking as I'm going along because I've got a higher perspective. So I'm also looking for trails that branch off.
You're a little caught up in how good you feel. I mean, you just feel really good. You actually find yourself reaching over and caressing your shoulder stump occasionally.
Weird.
You not only feel good, you look good.
All right. Did you get a spot hidden there?
I rolled one. I got it. I got 23.
Yeah, and so you continue on. You get to the base of the plateau. There was kind of nothing else along the trail that set your hackles off. And yeah, no, maybe not. Okay, I'll try. All right, set your spidey senses off, and you get to the base of it, and the plateau like goes up a little bit off, but probably like 150 to 250 feet up above you. A pretty significant incline. No way the wagon's going up it. Does look like some switchbacks that you could get the horses up if you wanted to, though.
Okay, I was wondering about that. All right. So we're at the. Well, I guess at this point we'll leave the wagon, and I'll say, why don't you, Philip, since you are a mountain man, and why don't you come on up the trail with me? We'll take a look at that cave and see if it's worthwhile to even use. It could just be a shallow nothing, not worth worrying about, and we'll camp down here. Or if it's something significant, we can make an outpost in and defend ourselves. We'll go use it. So let's go on up the trail a bit and take a peek on that there cave.
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me there, Oak Tree. Let's head on out.
All right, and now we'll head on up the trail. And
All right, So y'all watch as they ascend. It's not too far. They go up about 30 feet. And y'all are going up on foot, I assume, right?
Go on foot, and since I'm going to bring a torch, something to light, and so we can look into it. We brought I do believe, some implements for doing things of that nature.
Okay. And when you get up there, do you light the torch?
First get towards the cave and give it a listen.
Okay. Give me a listen roll.
Harold's going to be watching around just to look for any movement and make sure that somebody doesn't pop out from somewhere in the distance and take pot shots at these guys.
Oak tree is rolling hot. 73.
Okay. As you kind of lean your ear around
I'll burn some luck to make it. I got a 31 and mine's 20, so I'm gonna burn 11.
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Wow, you burned 11.
Bear inside. Yeah, I'm gonna burn 11.
Okay. It's very quiet. You don't hear anything.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, damn, he burned 11 luck for that. All right.
Can I retcon that?
You're really lucky to know. Hey, stress ages the body, Rick. You know that, right? So
yeah.
So Phil won't be aged by the stress of not knowing. As you do lean your ear out, there's a lot of squeaking as the kind of through sunset, the bats fly out of the cave. You get a nice kind of shootout of some of them as they.
Which bats?
What do you mean, which bats?
I mean, are these the giant, like, man-eating, we're going to abduct people bats?
Oh,
right.
No, like insect-eating, like tiny little rodents with wing bats.
Excuse me for clarifying, because the precedent in this game had been abduction of people, crazy, weird bats. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a fair question.
It gives you a little start, and you're a little upset that you burned your luck up. But
do any of the bats bite us?
What's that?
Do any of the bats bite us?
Oh, the bats bite you. No. Would you like them to? Would you like?
No,
rabies?
I don't want rabies. Yeah.
Okay. You're good. Y'all are jumpy tonight.
Yeah. Like normal bats don't just like bite people, right?
We're playing Call of Cthulhu. I don't know what you're
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I got bitten by a gopher. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. That's true. These are all true things.
Everyone's got bitten by Philip.
To be fair, Harold rolled a 98 when he went looking for that gopher, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Florence didn't, and she still got bitten by a gopher. It's a fair question.
Okay. All right. So the bats fly out, and Philip, you and Oak Tree are standing at the entrance to this rather dark cave.
All right, with a torch and a revolver out, Oak Tree steps on in and says, "Philip, let's take a look. You stand right here next to me or behind me, depending on how deep, wide the cave is, and we'll see if this is a safe place for us to bring our sick friends who aren't doing so well, Mr. Beau and Mr. Yacher on up here, and we'll give it a good look, see if there's any remnants of animals or creatures besides the bats, which isn't a good thing generally. All those bats. Any dry spots or a place that maybe other people have stayed."
Okay. Give me a spot hidden.
A 2.
Holy crap. Okay. So what you see is the cave's not very big. The main, it's more like a dugout in some ways. As you walk in, it's about let's say about 10 to 15 feet wide, and it's about 20 feet deep to the back wall. And you're pretty cautious as you're walking in, and you look and you can clearly see what you would identify as elbow prints, knee prints, and toe prints, where somebody's been laying out probably with a rifle or something like that. It's probably a point of defense or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There is a slight tunnel that goes back a little further. and you can't exactly see where that leads. And let's see, what other information can I give you with that hot 2 there?
Any merchandise?
You can tell by the where the accumulation of bat poop is, and how it's been like kicked to the side and covered with dirt, that this is a pretty well used spot. And it seems like that it's probably been pretty regularly used, and based on the amount of is it guano, is that the appropriate phrase here, based on the uncovered guano, that probably there's been people there within the last 4 to 5 hours.
Wow. And then the footprints and stuff through the guano towards the back of it, is there a point where it seems to end and it's not trampled on anymore? Or
you go to the back, and it makes you think that this is maybe just a natural feature that somebody's maybe made a little bit more space in. As you go around the back, that appears to be like kind of more of a natural part of the cave. It's no bigger than 5 or 6 feet in circle there, and doesn't go anywhere else.
Doesn't lead on. Okay.
Yeah.
But absolutely an incredibly safe place. So Philip, I believe we found our resting spot for the night, or maybe even if we need to use this in the future for another day or so. This is an extremely defendable spot, and Mr. Beau, we can set him in the back here because it is relatively clean. We can set him down so he will be safe for the night.
Oak Tree, I'm gonna give me a luck roll. I might give you one up with this special little 2. We might ad lib a little bit of this.
All right, my luck.
Here comes a 98.
Philip, I did say elbow prints, you bastard.
I did make my luck with a 35.
All right. You don't have any good reason, but maybe gut instinct. And as you get behind that wall in the back, you decide to get on your belly and crawl around a little bit. There's a slight little overhang, and you go back a little further, and you look up, and it's a tight squeeze, but it appears to be another little tunnel.
A way through. That's what I was wondering. Says Philip. I said, I was wondering about this. I call back. I think this is not just a cave for setting in. This is a way through these hills.
Can I grab his feet and sort of like help pull him back out?
Sure.
And I said, I'm awful big maybe to squeeze in there, but this goes somewhere. So this is a good place for us to go. But if you want to squeeze up there a little bit and take a peek up this tunnel.
Oh, sure, because I just, I got all the luck in the world now. I might as well just go ahead and do something.
Hey, before we do that, it's break time. And so this would be a good time to pause for a moment, and then we'll see you on the other side of break.
I feel like he's leading me off a cliff. This is going to be good. Okay.
All right, everybody.
Vertigo, right? Scotty hanging off the gutter. That's you, buddy.
All right, everybody take 5-10 minutes. We'll be back in a few. And we're back from break. Michael, it's all yours, man.
Yeah, we're going to retcon so that I can use the word for a third time. And
that's 2. You got it one more time, man.
I thought I already had 2.
No, you've used it. Well, at least my count has been twice.
I'm
rooting for you, though. You got a solid hour to 45 minutes.
Can he retcon that retconning to retcon that he actually used retcon 3 times?
That's a very meta retcon.
There you go. It's yours.
Okay. Oak Tree. So when you inspected the prints that everybody made fun of, the elbow prints, which damn it, I'm going to stand by, because if you're like leaning in the dirt with your elbows down, you could leave elbow marks, you motherfuckers.
Elbow indentations. Yeah.
That's right. As you really thought about them, you realized that they were kind of small. Like either this was a very small man, or they were close together. So either it was a very small man or possibly a child.
Someone with abnormally small elbows.
No, the spacing.
Like a chicken wing man.
I'm about to retcon all of your asses into bear traps.
It's a little T-Rex man.
Michael,
leaning in the
hold up
dust.
your elbows for a second so we can get an approximate sense of how wide your elbow girth is.
Elbow girth.
These elbow prints are unusually small.
I think you meant the span.
I've seen a lot of elbow prints in my
between the
day.
elbows, right?
Sure. I've seen a lot of elbow prints in my day. These are too close together.
I'm gonna take pleasure in killing every one of you except you.
Not me. Yeah,
Except you, Beau.
I'm backing you up, man.
Wait, can we hear more about this elbow girth?
Yeah.
He'll
What,
tell you about. He'll tell you about it on Monday.
Damn, you got girthy elbows.
what do we roll to determine proper
Well,
elbow width?
I tell
Roll for
Philip, I
elbow
think-
girth.
I think if you're going to look up that tunnel, there might be some children involved in this situation.
It specifically says on page 68 of the Keeper's Handbook, elbow girth.
Mhm.
Roll? Do you have to roll for it?
2d3 plus Constitution.
Wow.
All right. All right. So
I wasn't.
Anyway,
So I had taken notes before the break to have elbow prints as a possibility for a show title. I don't know how I can not use it now.
I like elbow girth.
yeah, I think
Maybe
elbow
it's
girth is probably
elbow girth. I don't know.
good. All right. Okay.
I informed Philip that there might be children on up that tunnel.
Yeah, and that tunnel is tight. It's really, really tight.
Oh, I just sat out there. Oh, Tree, you see these girthy-less elbows? I think that's a good sign. So we'll dive straight in, and I'll see where this path goes.
If we need someone with a narrower elbow girth, Yacker might be the right guy because he was already smaller and now he's actually limbless. So
How were you smaller? You were wide.
I thought you had
Yeah.
like really big
Yeah.
shoulders.
Short, but you were
Probably
wicked
Florence is
wide.
the smallest.
But I take your point that you only have one elbow, so your
Yeah.
girth is.
Mhm.
Yacker was really strong. So yeah, maybe he is wide, but from a size perspective, he was.
Just keep going. Can we just go through the whole?
He's a 40.
Can we get back to elbows?
Philip and Oak Tree, you just inspected the tunnel. What are you gonna
Yep.
do?
He's pushing me through the tunnel, so he's pushing me from behind, and I'm, getting.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? Make a luck roll with that 11 points that you burned off.
Oh, come on.
To see if the pushing goes awry.
73. Is his
Yeah.
foot stuck in my ass? Is that what happened?
Huh? You're stuck. You're stuck in the tunnel. Congratulations.
Oh, no! Oak tree.
Now
My
how
elbow. My elbow.
It's because you're a little bit too full from the last meal you ate.
I love
Yeah.
how he said, "You're stuck in the tunnel, fuckers."
Keep talking about elbows. You're all going to be stuck in there.
I said, "Philip, how stuck are you? Let me pull on your legs real hard.
Yeah, pull,
I'm unstuck."
please pull on those. If you could use a little elbow grease, it would be best.
Make a strength roll, Oak Tree.
If I can't do the pulling of you out, Mr. Philip, we got dynamite.
Also, Philip has butter in his supplies.
All right, I got a real
Loosen
good
up,
strength
Philip.
here, and easily make it. I got my strength of 80, and I got a 54.
Oh,
So
I was hoping
so
you were
when
gonna hurt him in the process.
Winnie the Philip
then-
is coming out of the hole.
Did you push me or pull me?
He
I'm gonna
pulled
pull
you.
you up first.
Yeah.
Corkscrew, kind of like a corkscrew. Give you a try.
Like a really awkward delivery. Okay.
You're a breech baby. No, you're foot first. You're good.
That's right. Me first.
I'm gonna hold you upside down and smack you on the ass to wake you up.
Oh my god.
Before I'm out of the tunnel or after I'm out of the tunnel?
So Oak Tree, Philip, Oak Tree pulls you out, and then apparently he smacks you on the ass.
Good game. Good game.
Emily
I
thought
mean,
that
to
was
be-
really funny.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably how this game was going to go one way or the other. So, well,
And I said, Mr. Phillip, you seem to be too wide of girth to make your way up on that tunnel, unless we slick down your sides with something.
well, I do got some butter. So why don't we butter me up and we can try squeezing me back in?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do it with clothes on.
Right. No, that you can't.
No.
I don't want to dirty my clothes up.
So, Mr. Phillip, was there even a chance for you to fit up that tunnel?
Michael, this whole thing is your fault.
Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get butter. Yeah, it's your fault. I'm gonna get my butter. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say oak tree, and I derobe and I say butter me up. Can you get my back? And I'll start buttering up the front, and we'll go from there.
All right, we need to get a campfire and a nice butter brush to get you basted well.
That's right. Butter basted. So
Is this really happening?
Hey,
It's happening.
Miss Florence, these guys have been gone for a while. What do you suppose is going on in there? Do you think we
Something
could come up
delicious.
with some really very bizarre scenario that's happening in there and not get even close to as weird as what's actually happening?
I like the vision of Philip
That's
running back
probably
out of this
true.
thing naked to get butter and running back naked into the cave.
Oh,
Wait, the butter was in the wagon?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Bo, you're sitting.
All right.
I want you to know you're sitting up, and
Okay.
and as a naked Phil comes into the wagon, you're sitting up. You're like, you don't feel bad. I mean, you don't feel good, but you don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad physically, but seeing a naked Phillip, I'm
And then for no
I'm
reason,
sure,
mentally.
yeah, I'm
Um,
still not
So hold on.
100%.
Seriously, naked Philip comes out of a cave where he was
Yes.
just with Oak Tree.
Yeah, and they say they need butter.
They need
He says
butter,
he needs a-
and he's
he
going
needs a
back
bucket
into the
full of
cave.
butter.
Yes.
I'm just going with what I've been told here.
Yes.
Oh,
There
yeah,
are one
Philip,
of two
don't you
things
say-
that could be
don't
happening
forget the
right
bear
now.
trap, Philip. Don't forget the bear trap.
At any point, do you say that you need the butter for a big lube job?
No, I gotta butter myself up so that oak tree can push me in the hole. That's all. And
Yeah.
so I'll
Yaker, can you make a Constitution roll?
Does everyone have to make sanity rolls?
I think Art just failed his Constitution roll.
so we'll I'll head back over. This is fine. This is fine.
No, it's not. It's really not.
You aren't just gonna ask. Never mind. I'm not mad.
No,
at you.
I passed it again.
Okay, you pass it. All right, it's fine.
Yep.
And we wonder why it takes us forever to get actual game stuff done.
All right, Mr. Phillip, you seem to be buttered up real good. I'll give you.
I hate y'all in ways I can't even say right now.
Yep.
Don't even have the words to.
I hate us
like
too.
I would
You
like to
said-
retcon to 10 minutes ago and just tell y'all I hate you so that I could lay the groundwork for how much I hate you.
You did this to yourself. Sir. If
Uh,
I'm spending 11 luck points, I'm getting lucky in this case. So we're going through this hole.
So
Uh,
I'm gonna look for a big, wide, flat board so I could smack him on the ass so he shoots straight up right through like a geyser and he pops out the other end.
If there was ever the best time for Rick to roll a 100,
Right?
it's
What do I gotta
right
roll? Do I
now.
gotta roll anything? I'm
What are you doing?
going in the crevice.
Okay, covered in butter and naked. Do I have this right?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. If Phil is going out, it's gotta be buttered up.
Okay,
Yep.
I don't even know what to ask you to roll for. Here. You know what? Just make a luck roll and we'll decide how bad it goes.
Another luck roll.
Yeah, it seems to be your lucky roll.
Fucking 89.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Philip Donner. Thank you.
Now we can't get him out because he's all greased up.
There's nothing to
Don't
hold
give
on
him
to.
ideas.
He keeps slipping out of our hand.
Oh no, Bo. He slips right through.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And he makes his way. He's crawling. It's very tight, but he's crawling through this tunnel. He feels it get. He's on a gradual incline. So he knows he's going. He started at kind of 30 feet elevation, and this thing he's crawling for a while. But he does see a glow eventually at the end of it. And are you crawling towards the glow? Oh wait, you can't go backwards. because your tender parts of your body would probably stretch the wrong direction, and that would hurt even more if you tried to go backwards and naked. Okay. So keeper, I guess I keep crawling forward with my good luck. And so
Yep.
he he makes it to the end of the tunnel, and as he peers down, he sees little lanterns everywhere.
Wow.
There's probably 50 to 100 of them spread out near some tent-like structures.
I yell up the tunnel too. Mr. Phillip, what do you see?
See,
And-
So is this at the top of the plateau? He's like come up.
He's
the
not at
cave?
the top of the plateau, but he's gone up. So
Out.
think of he's gone through the plateau.
Oh, out a little bit out the other side.
Okay. And Philip is standing or he's crawled to the edge of the tunnel, and he's looking out at all these lanterns that are kind of glowing below him, and he can hear some really gruff voices. But they're about 50 feet below him and out away from him, saying things like, "Shut up! Get in your tents! It's lights out now! Everybody shut up!" And about that time, with his half-naked self hanging out of the tunnel, he feels the roof of the tunnel behind him collapse and fill in.
No.
Yeah, how you like that?
Oh, at least it didn't crush you. It didn't crush you.
Didn't crush him. No. Yeah. So there you are, naked Philip Donner.
By myself on a cliff in a tunnel.
Yes, with your head hanging out. There is
You're buttered. Don't forget he's buttered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and well buttered. You're
Yep.
slick. You probably smell good. I'm wondering.
Well, Phil,
I wonder
they
what
got-
kind of animals are attracted to butter at night.
Or hungry people. It could be an ironic end.
Yeah, I was actually picturing a sea
So
of people
Ah.
standing there with forks and knives in their hands as he comes popping out of the hole all buttered up.
Oh.
Well, do you want me to continue? Because I
they've got to sleep sometime, Phil.
yeah, do I hear any children or women's voices?
Make a
Maybe
listen roll.
Yeah, okay, why not?
Yeah.
Because you might as well make something of it.
Yeah, you can burn some more luck to make it.
I got a 4. So extreme success.
Yeah, you
Even my cochleas are buttered.
No. Okay. You hear a child's voice saying this way. It's right up ahead.
No.
Yeah.
Don't have me run it.
Oh no.
Hey, mister, what you
And-
doing? Oh, God!
Oh no, it's only his head sticking out. They don't know what's.
Wait,
No, the tunnel.
what's sticking out?
No, the tunnel collapsed behind him, but he's
Yeah.
not fully out of the tunnel. He's just
Yeah.
only his
Okay.
head is out of the tunnel.
I feel like I'm the what's the genie from Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Oh yeah,
Zombie. You're
zombie.
Zombie. I
Mecca
feel like
high, Mecca high.
I'm a
ho.
naked buttered zombie sticking out of this. Hey kids.
And so you see two kids coming kind of up from to your right hand. There's like a little switchback trail up the side, and they're coming up towards you. and they're
Yep.
talking to each other.
Oh, God.
So I'm just going to set the scene a little more. All they see is his bloody face with a weird black gun print
Oh yeah.
on his lips.
And he
Nothing more.
smells delicious.
Wow.
I'm gonna give you
Wow.
one more chance here. You can make another luck roll.
You have a huge neck wound too.
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Wait, from what?
When he tried to cut his neck. He's
In
gone.
the vision.
Oh, were you unlucky?
Oh.
Is that the look of unluckiness?
This
Wow.
game does not want till I got a 99.
Oh, my God.
Entertainment time.
And me without
So
my
the-
popcorn.
So
Wow.
the child coming up the trail who was talking to his friend, he had his head turned. He turns around
No,
and he
don't do
catches
this.
sight of your face sticking out of the tunnel and he screams. Yes, he screams and he's scared. He loses his footing on the switchback and he
Aw.
tumbles down off the trail.
Oh,
And you see him falling and landing, crashing through a tent. And all of a sudden, there's quite the ruckus from down below where the kid fell through the tent. And the other one, you turn and look, and you go, he swears and screams and starts running down away from you.
Can I run after him really quick?
No, Rick.
aren't
No.
you
You're-
still in a crevice?
You're naked and covered in butter, and you're gonna try and chase down a child? Why would you ever think that?
No,
Child alert! He's gonna live.
no.
It doesn't matter. There's no world in which that is the least bit okay. You can't justify this. All the horrible things in Call of Cthulhu. Yes, okay. You are not chasing that child.
Where am I supposed to go? I can't go
Can
back.
you get to the top? of the
Bury your
plateau?
face.
You're
what-
50 feet up the side. It's 100 feet. Can you like climb the other 50 to the top?
Well,
Of the
I
plateau?
didn't know that. I thought I came out and basically I'm at the top of this path and there's no other way for me to go. Where
That
that's
is
the only way
correct.
down.
You
Well,
could,
I thought you could like try to
Yeah,
rock
you could-
climb.
you could
with your
rock climb.
slippery, buttery
With my
hands.
buttered hand? No, I'm chasing this child because he needs
Oh.
to not alert people to what's going on. And I'm going like, shh.
okay, he took
Can
off.
can we all black out our videos except for the keeper and Phil?
Damn it.
What
I
am
think
gonna
this
do?
needs to.
The
Go
kid
ahead.
turns around and takes off. He has a very good head start on you. I think they're saying no to you right now.
All right, so if he's got a head start and I got to climb, I can't, right? I can't stand up and do all that. So I don't know.
For those of you not watching the YouTube feed, everyone in the group except for Rick and Michael have turned their
Okay,
cameras
okay.
off.
I'm open to the group. What do I do? I can't go back.
No, you've already
I
said
just-
what you've done. You've popped out of the hole and you're trying to run after the kid with your naked, buttered body. I need you to
Oh.
make a dex roll at disadvantage.
Oh, Philip.
Got
It's
91
raining, Philip.
You rolled a 91?
and a 45, and it's a disadvantage. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Even it's bad, odd it's really bad. Roll.
It's 3.
What's that?
It's 3.
3?
That's really bad.
All right.
Mhm.
You go chasing after the kid and you hit an unstable part of the trail and you go tumbling off the side of the trail. And you I'll give you a luck roll to see how bad it is.
At 22, so I make that luck roll.
Oh, it's actually even better. I'm glad you made that luck roll.
Yeah, because you're gonna live to see how horrible it is.
All right. So Phil slides off the trail and goes crashing down below at a different spot than the other kid fell. And you manage, instead of landing in a going through a tent, you land in a large mound of fluffed hay. I know, totally tropey. However, it doesn't totally save you. Yeah, as you land, you try to put your leg down, and there's definitely a cracking sound as you break your leg and take 7 points of damage.
Oh my
and
god.
Your naked body is laying in the hay with a bone sticking out of your calf.
So
I will
Oak Tree
tell you-
yells. I just want to say, Oak Tree yells up the tunnel and just says, "I think I heard something up there, but I'm pretty sure you're okay, Mr. Phil."
So, does the
Well, I mean,
butter
in all honesty-
cause the hay or the straw to stick to him?
Oh yeah, it does. In
Okay.
every little crevice.
Okay.
And
when it
and
collapsed,
and that
really
bone
quickly.
sticking out of his calf.
Ugh.
What's that bone, Rick, that sticks out of your calf when it
Yeah.
when it compound fractures?
I mean, it's either tibula or fibula. I mean, it's whichever one. Yeah.
How about both? How
Yeah,
about a
yeah.
tibula fibula?
Oh,
Tip-
dear.
like
tip
just a
fracture.
little.
His leg
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
snapped in half.
Yeah, with and there's like little bits of hay stuck on the end of the bone.
Mhm.
So just quickly, wouldn't Oak Tree have heard when the tunnel collapsed?
Yeah.
It wasn't a major collapse.
Oh, okay.
And he had to crawl far. He can't say for sure, but it was probably a good, 150 to 200 feet.
Holy shit. I was picturing 20 or 30.
That's a lot of butter. Okay. So I'm in the hay, broken
You're-
leg.
Yeah.
Buttered.
Buttered? Do I yell?
We're gonna hang out on you, Phil. You've had a lot of
Yeah.
attention.
I've had a lot, too much, in fact. If you just retcon most of that, I would like to just retcon and say I never went in the tunnel.
I believe Harold tried to stop you for a moment from stealing all the butter, but hey.
Hay is right. That's how that ended. Okay.
Bury yourself in the hay so they don't see you.
That's what my plan was. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. It won't.
I like that you have a plan, Phil.
Yeah, it's good to have a plan before you wind up doing something really stupid. It's always good to think about things before you go off doing them.
That Mike Tyson quote, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, I love that quote.
Good.
Mhm.
Or
Phil.
until they lube up with butter and crawl through a tunnel and chase a child.
Oh, God.
Or actually, in both scenarios, until you chew an ear off.
Mhm.
Nice.
All right.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess we're all just gonna, while this is happening, we're just getting our shit together and making our way into the cave because we've gotten the all clear. We know we're gonna spend the night there.
Okay.
So naked running Philip was the all clear.
I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Oh, that's right.
We haven't really gotten it all
So,
clear, but we
after
haven't
that happens,
got
Yaker's gonna be like, wait, so do I got to take all my clothes off to go in this cave? I'm a little confused.
Yeah, Oak Tree has to explain what happened since they weren't there. And he says, yeah, Mr. Phillip, he buttered himself up real good and made his way up that tunnel and went pretty far. Too far where I can hear anything. I heard a little tumbling sound, and I hope it wasn't him, but I'm too big to fit up that tunnel. So I guess we're safe tonight in here. But I don't know about Mr. Phil. He just kind of went up there, and I haven't heard a thing from him for the last 20 minutes or so.
What do we see when we peek up the tunnel?
Darkness. I see a darkness.
Beau, what were you trying to say?
I just wanted to know if I was like feeling physically strong enough to hobble along.
Yeah,
with my
yeah,
own
you are.
steam. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can, help you. Give you a
Okay.
little arm up.
So,
Mhm.
so I don't fall off into a tent or a
Right,
Really?
exactly. Or a small child. Yep.
there's-
Before I head up, I'm gonna tend to Nay's injuries a bit.
Okay.
Wash him down. Make sure the horse is okay.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Seems to be flesh wounds.
Yeah.
She's doing okay. It just it was just like some pellets that sprayed off and caught her.
Yeah, so just
enough.
a little bit of water, a little bit of soap, just get him cleaned up a bit.
I just want to say this.
They
feels
are
like
they are under the hide, right? I guess.
I just want to say this feels like the part of the Hobbit where they hid in the cave, and the back of the cave opened up and took the ponies. And
yeah, I hope not. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should have watches looking down at the. What's the moon like? If someone were watching from up in the cave, could they see the wagon and the horses down below?
Yeah, it's almost a full moon. It's not quite,
Oh,
but
great.
it's almost a full moon.
Yeah, so if one of us takes a watch, make sure no one sneaks up to get the.
Yeah, and so then before I go up, I'll tie the horses up, hobble them, make sure they get fed, take care of them in all the different ways they need,
Okay.
and then head on up to the cave.
Okay. Phil is missing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little call up the cave. See if we hear anything.
They did all abandon you though. at
No,
one
I
point.
didn't. I'm actually in the tunnel, like looking up the hole. I was just waiting for
No,
other
I mean,
people to do
like-
their thing.
I mean, like as players, you all turned off your screens.
Oh well, yeah,
Oh.
yes. Then we did
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah, we
they
just
did
wanted
that.
the focus to.
not be on
Yeah,
us.
Yeah.
True to her
What?
spirit. True to her
Alright.
spirit. Emily tried to hang in there for you, but eventually no. Okay, you shine your light, and I mean, there's nothing. I guess if you have a torch or whatever, there's nothing really to see. It's just really tight dirt walls.
So does it look? I mentioned before about my size. Does it look like I fit in there?
Yeah, I think you're too
I
big.
just-
You're like a
I'll-
big
Okay,
guy.
okay.
You're-
Also,
yeah.
I say, Mr. Yacker, you need two arms to shimmy up a tunnel that small. With your one
Yeah.
arm, I don't think you'd be able to do it.
Beau, you're a good friend. I think you're probably right, but looks like Philip maybe. I don't know if he's coming back or not.
Well, that's worrying. Well, you know what? He couldn't have come back because it's so tight. He couldn't have squoze back down. So he might be up top of the plateau now, or he's certainly wherever that tunnel was leading. There ain't no backtracking.
I don't know why I went there in the first place, but maybe we won't see him till the morning then.
I mean, I could probably try to go in, but if
Oh,
you
yeah.
really think there's no way to get back out, that's kind of scares me
Yeah,
a
I
little
mean, if
bit.
somebody's going in, it would be me, or be Harold.
I mean, I
Um,
might fit.
Well, Harold might fit too. He's pretty fucking skinny.
Now, I think if Mr. Phil were up on top of that plateau. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm calling him Mr. Phil. Oak Tree, your vernacular's catching on there. If Phil were up on top of the plateau, I think he would like let some rope down, or I don't know, something to let us know he was up there.
Well, he wouldn't have any rope. But if you think,
Oh shit, he took all his gear off.
Oh,
damn.
Where was he keeping all that rope?
He could be dangling something down. I just don't know if it's big enough to see.
Oh no.
I'm just curious. I mean, I know this is a different game than that other role-playing game that a lot of people play, but how often do you shut off all your armor and shed your weapons in that other game and go headlong into a new room naked? Does
Never.
that happen?
Not once.
Never.
Nope.
Okay, just checking. All right.
Not a once.
Does
Yep.
Does
Even
Butter give you special armor in that game?
Depends
it
on the
would- yes,
scenario.
it would make you harder to grapple.
It'd be a dexterity bonus. Thank
Yeah.
you,
Oh.
Remo.
Okay. All right. It's great to know. I'll give you a dexterity bonus with your compound fracture.
Yeah, somebody tries to grab you while you're in the
If
hay.
it really seems like that passage was headed up and you think he's on top of the plateau, we could try to look outside. There does seem to be a lot of moonlight. We'd have to be very careful.
Oh, we do have those binoculars. Maybe someone can head back down and look up top of the plateau, see if he's like waving at us or something. I'm sure he wouldn't yell for fear of.
So
And-
Philip,
I
I
don't
don't want to.
attention.
I don't want to
What's
be
your
a bad
character's
keeper
size?
here. The switchback continues up the side of the plateau. I mean,
Oh.
you can just go
Oh,
up
I
the
thought
plateau.
I thought it ended at the.
Hey, Philip, what's the size
Oh.
of your character? Philip Donner.
The size?
Yeah, the size, the number.
It's on the sheet.
Yeah, 55.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So that's an average size human.
Okay. Anyone?
Well-
no one's
well-
smaller than that, right?
Yeah, well, we
I'm
don't
a
need-
45.
But
Oh,
I
Yeah,
just-
I'm a
I
50.
saw on the way up. It's not that the keeper just told me, but I saw on the way up that you can keep on walking up to the top of the plateau there.
Well, that's kind of what
That-
Florence
that
was
would give us-
suggesting.
Yeah, that would give us either he's up there or that give us a vantage point on where he could come out.
but I don't
Yeah.
think that's a wise thing to do in the night time. Going up.
No,
to-
just to
Right.
see what we can see. We don't need to, you stay low. You use your elbow prints to scooch on over there, and your binoculars, and you can see. You get the high ground.
I mean, it may not be wise, but Philip's alone?
Now, I just want to try and think from a character perspective. It was just like a day and a half ago, or 2 days ago, that we were having this big argument about Philip and his behaviors and how trustworthy he is.
Mhm.
He then runs past us naked and
Butter.
takes off up through this hole, and now he's not responding. How would we as characters, would we be willing to put ourselves in danger to climb up this hill at night
Yeah.
to go after him?
Well,
I'm trying to, honestly, I don't
No,
know what the
that's,
answer is.
no, that's
If Florence had seen him eat that eye, there would be no question.
Now I
Plugging up the hole.
I would
You
just-
didn't.
I would just argue that regardless of our feelings for Phil, I think it's better if we are going to go up top to that plateau to survey the surrounding territory. Better to do it at night than in the full light of day.
Yeah, as long as we can see. But if we can see,
Well,
then other people
it's
can.
a full moon. No,
Okay.
we belly flat.
Yeah, but if there's people
You see,
somewhere else in the hills,
no, this is. I'm sorry, keeper. Isn't this a plateau and it's high ground, 100 feet up?
150 feet up. You're about.
150
I think
feet
you're
up.
at about 30 feet right now. So if you go up
So-
another 120 feet, you'd be on top of the plateau, which is flat.
Yep. So we came to pretty much the
Mhm.
base of it, and it's like one of those ones that just kind of shoots up.
Yep.
okay.
So we can assume that there's a base of it on the other side too. So that's what I'm thinking. Is you get up to the top of the plateau, you stay really low, you get to the edge on the other side
hmm
or one of the other sides, and then you just look around in the full moon.
Yeah,
And
I'm worried about
just
other
look
people like back from whence we came, looking at the side of the plateau and
Oh, and
seeing
seeing-
somebody climbing up.
On a full
I
moon.
don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll go, but keeper, am I feeling healthy enough?
You are feeling amazing. In fact, Jocker, you can restore yourself to your full health hit points.
Wow.
Holy
Wow.
I don't remember how many I
I
had.
should have taken a pill.
I think it was 22,
23.
23.
Ooh,
Iron trap
yeah,
right there.
yeah,
Bam,
okay.
like a bear trap. It'll
I'm
catch your
impressed.
buttered ass in a second.
I like it.
He's
And
very
I
proud
didn't
of
need
himself.
another con save for that.
No.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so I don't think I'm really down for going on an adventure to try and see what the hell Phil's doing. But that's just me. I mean, you know, if one of you guys wants to go.
Beau, I do want to say that
I'm not feeling.
Are you bandaged, Beau?
I don't even remember what's wrong with me. What
you
happened to me?
got bit by the
snake,
snake, and then they amputated your arm.
Oh shit! I'm messing it up. Oh my god! I totally forgot.
We had a whole like amputation party for a couple.
Oh god, yeah.
You and I have both been disarmed.
I'd like to think, yeah, Oak Tree was giving me first aid and stuff. I'd like to think that he bandaged me up.
Okay.
If not, I'll look down. So. If not, I'll look down and say,
What'd you say?
Oh, that's looking.
Harold?
I said I would think so. I would
I
think
he's bandaged too. Okay. But you're feeling like you're not feeling any soreness in this shoulder at all. Whereas obviously before you were feeling like you had the death in you.
Yep, I was
feeling pretty damn good.
Death's door. But yeah, Harold, I'm in no condition to go climbing. So whatever y'all decide, I just need to lay down, get a good night's sleep.
Okay. Anybody else have opinions one way or another?
Well, I would suggest the one that would fit going up the tunnel. That's because that's the way he went. We don't know that he made it to the plateau. He could be still at the top of the tunnel looking out over something, where he could be stuck in the tunnel. That's what I'm assuming. He's stuck in the tunnel somewhere. So that's why.
Wouldn't he have replied when I hollered up?
It's a pretty long way up there. I hollered a couple times. I heard something.
You might be hollering into the wrong end of him, Harold.
And he could have had some rocks fall on him. He might be trapped under some rocks, and that's what I'm thinking happened. I think there might have been a little cave in. He's trapped under him. That's why it makes no sense to go outside or anything. Philip's up in this tunnel. I'm just going with what seems logical. And so Mr. Phillip, I think, is up there with some rocks piled on top of him. It was awful tight fit. I had to pull him out. He went up again. He was awful determined. So I was wondering maybe someone smaller can make their way up there and just see if they can find his feet buried under some rocks or something like that. And then if he's still a wiggling, we'll pull him on out and fix him up. If he is no longer with us, then we'll know that we have to go a different way.
Well, Florian, so what do you think? What's your opinion on the matter?
My opinion is that I'm conflicted because I'd probably have to be the one to go, and
oh no,
I'm afraid I'd get stuck.
I couldn't let you do that. I'd have to go. But I'm just wondering if you feel like it's a good idea for someone to go.
I mean, there's also the possibility that he just went out the other side of something and he's wandering around, just
all naked and buttery,
having a good night.
All right, I think we'll stop on this debate. As it just dawned on me as you said that, no, I couldn't let you go. I finally realized Harold reminds me of Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of that there.
Yeah, that's it. It finally dawned on me.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I'll get to the gatekeeper. Yep. That's okay. I'll take that one.
Gozer.
Gozer.
All right. Well, I guess with that, we are gonna call it a show.
That was crazy.
So here's this. Oh, that's really quiet.
We know at least one player needs a new character sheet next week.
Right. All right.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That's going to do it for us tonight. We will be back next week to find out what the hell we're going to do with this craziness. Until then, you can find us online, underthelibrary.com, on Twitter, under the LIB. Again, if you like what we're doing and you would like to support that, you can hit us. What are you laughing at?
Hard to picture someone actually liking what we're doing.
Right, yeah, okay. That's fair. That's fair. It's patreon.com/underthelibrary. So until next time, for me, Michael, Chris, Wayne, Emily, Scott, and Rick, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. You guys are literally the worst. Just the worst.